you can hear me loud and clear, okay. Thank you very much, Ed team. Um, Osa, fantastic, fantastic. It's fantastic to be here once again. Some of us may be seeing me for at least the second time, okay. So I'm not new to some of us. While some of us are meeting me for the very first time. All right, my name is Mohammed Suleiman, and I am the COO here at Nebiant Analytics. And today, or let me say tonight, okay, tonight we're about to have a great time. Okay, tonight we're about to have a fantastic time together. All right. So to start things off, where are you joining us from? Are you joining us for the first time? I would love to know. Have you been following our sessions every now and then? I would love to know. So type in the chat. Is this your first time joining us? Are you seeing Nebiant Analytics for the very first time? Or are you an old guy or old girl? You've been joining us every now and then. And where are you joining us from? Okay, team is from Abuja. Fantastic. Jenna is joining us for the first time. Where are you joining us from as well? Is it from Lagos? Is it from Ghana? Um, okay, old Abuja, second time joining us from Ibadan. Nafisa, fantastic. So as you're joining, welcome on board. We're about to have a fantastic session today together. Okay, so are you joining us for the very first time? And where are you joining us from? I would love to know. It seems we have a lot of Abuja people today. All right. Okay. Osa, yes, Osa, your name is very familiar. Okay. So I think we've been speaking for a while now, if I'm correct. Okay. So you're welcome once again today. All right. So now is the time you want to share this link with your loved one, because what I'm going to do today, all right, is going to be very fantastic. You'll be learning a lot. Okay, you'll be learning a lot. Okay, you'll be learning a lot. All right, brilliant. Okay, ADEX regular, fantastic. All right, so as people are joining us, okay, let's quickly do an exercise. Okay, we'll do an exercise. Let's do it raw. If you like Coke, type I'm not done yet. Okay, listen to the instruction very well. Okay, and then you do the exercise. If you like Coke, you type Coke in the chat, and if you like Pepsi, you type Pepsi in the chat. Let's see if we can come up with a winner, a clear winner in the chat. If you like Coke, type Coke, even if you don't drink it. Okay, try to participate. All right. Okay, so we can see Coke, Pepsi. Okay, Coke is winning. From what I can see, Coke is winning. All right. Oh, Coke is taking it away. Where are the Pepsi guys? Pepsi, the Pepsi fans, the Lionel Messi fans. Where are we? Barcelona fans, where are we? Don't allow the Coke people to take it away. Where are our Pepsi guys? Let me help the Pepsi people. Okay, let me type Pepsi in the chat also. Where's my keyboard? Pepsi. All right, so that's my own Pepsi as well. Okay. Pepsi, there for more. Fantastic. Coca-Cola. Okay. Brilliant. So from what we can see in the chat, it seems as if most people like Coke. Do you agree with me, guys? We are heading somewhere. We started the session. Okay, we're heading somewhere. All right. But it seems as if most people like Coke. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? From the responses we've gotten, it seems as if most people like Coke. Okay. It seems as if most people like Coke. But when you work as a data analyst for an organized company, okay, a world-class company, is this how you ask their customers? If you like Coke, type Coke. If you like Pepsi, type Pepsi, and then you come up with a decision. Even if it can work for a small amount of people, okay, how do you scale it when you have millions of customers? Okay, what do you do when you have millions of customers scattered across the globe that you cannot bring together in a Google Meet like we have done today. How do you do that? That is exactly what we'll be doing in today's session. So if you ever find yourself working as a data analyst or you want to become a data analyst, what we'll be doing today is a typical example of what your life would be like as a data analyst. Let me know in the chat if you're excited to be here today. Let me know in the chat if you are excited to be here today while I share my screen. All right, so I'm going to bring up my screen in a moment. But I need to feel the buzz. Let me feel the excitement. If you are just joining us, where are you joining us from? I would love to know. Are you a first timer? Are you a regular? You know, let me know in the chat box. Where are you joining us from? Are you excited to be here? I am super pumped, and I am happy to share my knowledge with you today. Fantastic, excited, brilliant, brilliant. But I want to see more energy, more passion, more energy. Okay, they say more. Some people say more footwork. All right, let's not go down that line. All right. So now, what we're going to be doing today is Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Okay, I can see that more people have joined us. Okay, so the quick survey we did earlier may not stand anymore because new people have joined us. Okay, but we'll be doing something fantastic today. All right, so let's get into it. Now, for those of us who are meeting Nebiant Analytics, for the very first time, or you're meeting me for the very first time, my name is Mohammed Suleiman. I am the Chief Operating Officer here at Nebiant Analytics, and I have close on a decade of experience in the space, and I've had the opportunity to work with top conglomerates like Alfa Romeo in the US. And guess what? I will not say it too loudly, so you need to listen very carefully. If you're in a noisy place, put your ear very close to the speaker now. I'll whisper something. I worked with Alfa Romeo from Lagos. I did it remotely. So just note that down. Okay, later we'll discuss how I did it. All right, so I worked with Alfa Romeo remotely. How many of us know what that means? Don't worry. Tell me in the chat while I continue. So I've had the opportunity to also mentor about 3,000 Africans to date to help them transition from classroom to their very first tech job. And I've also been a LinkedIn data visualization top voice. And guess what? I also transitioned into tech. Okay. So I also transitioned into tech. My background is in mechanical engineering. So I studied mechanical engineering in my first degree, but today I'm a successful data analyst and scientist. Okay. And I've also had the opportunity to help a lot of people to navigate that transitioning phase. Now, for those of us who are meeting Nebiant Analytics for the very first time, Nebiant Analytics is an edtech firm that fills a crucial gap. Okay. Now, during my time working for global firms, okay, remotely most of the time, um, I discovered that there are so little amount of Black people in those spaces. Okay. And the reason is very simple. Premium tech training programs are inaccessible to Africans. And that is exactly what Nebiant Analytics exists to solve. Okay, so how do we bring premium tech training programs to the fingertips of Africans? Okay, that's why we exist. And we do that specifically in three tech career paths: data analytics, data science, and business analysis. If you want to know more about this, you can hit me up in my DM. I'll be super happy to dissect it for you. All right. And you'll be working with top firms. Okay. Top firms, I mean, you'll be working with top professionals rather, okay, who are experienced, who also transitioned into the space. All right. So they were not born techies, they also transitioned into the tech space. And they will be the one to guide you through your journey. Are you excited? Before I unveil our roadmap for today, I want to know that you are always excited. Somebody says, sorry, I missed your mention of background. before transitioning into tech. I did engineering, okay, back in school, ADEX. All right. I did engineering, mechanical engineering to be specific. Okay. So, but today I am a data analyst and scientist. Moving on. Now, today we are going to be looking at how exactly, okay, can we turn that survey we did at the beginning of today's session where I asked, oh, type Coke in the chat if you like Coke, and type Pepsi if you like Pepsi. All right. And we all did that. And we said that most people typed Coke, right? But how do you turn that into a report? Okay. How do you make decision using that kind of survey? All right. It could be chaotic sometimes. People could type other things in the chat. You can't control what people type in the chat. You know, as a data analyst working for a global organization, how do you carry out such a survey? That's exactly what we want to do. Okay, because you cannot work with 3 million customers on Google Meet and do a survey, all right, successfully. So that's the first thing we'll do. And then I would walk you through on how you can become a data analyst and work remotely in 2025. Okay, so if you are here and you want to become a data analyst and you want to work remotely, you won't need any other session apart from today's session. Okay, but if you don't want to work remotely and you don't want to become a data analyst, then you don't need to be here. Okay, but if you want to become a data analyst in 2025, working remotely, earning in hard currency, you're in the right place. I'll talk about some success stories as well, and then I'll give you the opportunity to ask questions. We're going to spend nothing, roughly 1 hour 30 minutes in today's session. Okay, and then we'll go on to questions, and then we'll wrap up today's session. All right. So we are in it. We are going into it now. We all know Coca-Cola. We all, know Coca-Cola and Pepsi. All right. So what we'll do now, I want you to assume the role of customers. So if you're on this call, you are a customer, okay, and you have a preference, either Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Now, I'll paste a link in the chat box. Okay, I'll paste a link in the chat box. Now, that link, all right, is what you as a data analyst create. It's a form where you use to collect the responses of your customers. Now, some of us may be saying, oh, Mohammed, you created the form before coming into this session. Yes. So how do I create my own when I want to do it? Guess what? I have kept resources for you in my slide on how to create a Google form and how you can extract data from the Google form, how to install Power BI, whether it's in a Windows or a Mac. So what I'll be doing today, guess what? If you stay to the end of today's session, you get this slide, you get everything, you get the recording, and you'll be able to replicate the same thing. Now, you may not do Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. You can use it for your own personal business. If you run a business, you can, play around with your family members, create a form, ask them to fill it, something like that. Just have fun. And I would love to see what you guys come up with at the end of today's session, at the end of after today's session. Okay, I'd love to see what you come up with. When you post on LinkedIn, tag maybe at analytics, tag myself, and I'll be super happy to engage. All right, so let's get into it. Like I said, I would share a link right now. Now, let me get the link for you. Okay, I'll get the link for you. Let me even show you what it looks like. Okay, so that you don't, give me a second. All right. So this is what the form looks like. If you can see my screen. Okay, this is what the form looks like. Okay, now when you create a form, it's going to look like this. How do you do it? Like I said, I've kept resources for you to recreate yours. This form that you can see in front of me is connected to this Google Sheets. Okay, it's connected to this Google Sheets that you can see. Now, as you are filling the form, this Google Sheet would update automatically as you fill the form. Now, let me paste the link in the chat so that as you are filling it, um, you would get you would get to see how it updates at my end. All right, so I'm going to drop it in the chat box now. Okay, so under my name in the chat box, you see a link. Click on that and fill the form. As you are filling the form, keep an eye on my screen. You'd likely see your own response dropping here. So let's fill it. Let's fill it quickly. Let's fill it quickly. Now, assume the position of a customer at for this particular survey. All right. So go ahead and fill the form. Okay. Go ahead and fill the form. And let me know if you fill the form. Okay, go ahead and fill the form. You would see your responses. Okay, in on my screen, you'd see that the responses will start coming in on my screen. Okay, somebody says requesting access. All right, so let's see. Let me quickly fix that. Okay, let's see what that is. Okay. Oh, grant is asking you to grant access. All right, brilliant. Just give me a second. I'll fix that right now, and you will be able to respond. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Go ahead now. You should be able to respond now. Okay. Let me know if you can respond now. All right. Try now. You should be able to respond. There was a little glitch there. Now let me know if you can respond now. Okay. Try to reload the link. Okay, you should be able to respond now. All right. Okay, now brilliant. All right, fantastic. Okay, so go on and respond. You see your responses coming in as you drop submit. Okay, you'd see your responses coming in. Yeah, thank you very much, inquiries. You should be able to fill it out now. Brilliant. So this is the form you're filling. Okay, which drink do you prefer? So select any of the two. How often do you consume it? What's the main reason for your choice? In your opinion, which brand has better advertisement? Would you recommend your preferred drink to others? And you can see somebody just responded. Okay, somebody just responded. All right, somebody just responded. So let's keep our responses coming in. If you can see my screen, you see that this sheet is updating by itself. As you are responding on your end, it is collecting the responses here. So this is much better than what we did at the beginning of this session when I asked you to type your responses manually in the chat box. Okay, so this is the first step to automating a feedback report as a data analyst. All right. So let's keep on responding. Okay, let's keep on responding. All right, let's keep on responding. Okay, after a while, I'm gonna shut it down, and then we would go on to create a very quick report. Okay, quick report to analyze the responses. Okay, how many people like Coke? How many people like Pepsi? I don't know. From the responses here now, it's looking as if Pepsi is winning. Where are my Coca-Cola people? Our Coke people at the beginning of the session, where are we? Fill the form, respond. Don't let the Pepsi guys win. Okay, don't let the Pepsi guys win. All right, don't let the Pepsi guys win. Fill the form, fill the form. I have just 25 people currently who have filled the form. Okay, fill the form. 26 people now. Okay, 26. Okay, people are still filling. We're 82 on the call, so ensure you're filling the form. Okay, where are we to fill the form? The form is in the chat box. Okay, I pasted it in the chat. Okay, you see it now again. So that's it. I pasted it in the chat box on your screen. It's going to pop up. So just click on that, fill it out, and you would see your responses on my screen. All right, you see your responses on my screen, so you can see people responding, can see people responding, and all of that. So while you're responding, okay, now if you are unable to fill it now, don't worry, you will still have a second chance of filling it. All right, so that we don't burn too much time with filling off this particular form. Okay, so let me quickly show you something. All right, now because I created this form, okay, because I created this form, I would have this little button here, this edit form button here. All right, and I'm going to click on that, and I would say I'm going to stop responding. Okay, I'm going to stop the responses. Okay, not accepting responses. So I am no longer accepting responses, which means nobody can fill this form anymore. Okay, so what I'm about to do now is I want to analyze those that have responded so far. Let's see the results. I will then create a report, okay, using Power BI. I'll show you how to do all of that. And then once we're done with creating the report, I'll then open this form again. You would fill it again, and we see what happens into the reports. So what's going to happen is the report is going to update automatically without having to create it from scratch again. How cool is that? Do you want to see how that works? The report would be updated automatically without having to create it from scratch again. Okay, with a click of a button, that is going to happen. How many of us wants to see that? Okay, so how many of us want to see? Okay, brilliant, brilliant. All right, um, so I'm no longer accepting responses for now. Okay, 40 people responded. Okay, 40 people were able to respond, as you can see here. 40 people were able to respond. If you look at the sheet, you can see 40 people responded. So while I was talking, people actually did respond. All right, so let's open up Power BI again. You may not have Power BI installed on your machine as of today, okay? But I have included all the resources for you to, install Power BI, whether you're using a Mac or a Windows, here in my slide. So all you need to do is look out for the attendance form of this session, fill out the attendance form, ensure to fill out the attendance form so that you can get access to my slide and the recording of this session directly in your mailbox. Okay, so you can recreate this yourself. All right. So I'll notify you when the attendance form is available so you can fill it out. But for now, I need you to concentrate on what I will be doing. Okay, so this is Power BI. Okay, I remember the very first time I opened Power BI, I had no clue where to go. Okay. But if you're opening Power BI for the first time, all you need to click on is a blank report. We want to create a report. Okay. So open up a blank report and click on that, and it opens up this page for me. All right. Now, welcome to Power BI. Power BI allows you to do what we call business intelligence. It may sound like a big word, okay? But don't let it confuse you. Business intelligence is simply automating a report. Simple. Automating a report such that when something happens to the data source, okay, the report updates automatically. You don't need to create the report again from scratch. That is business intelligence. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? All right. Okay. Please say that again. Don't worry, the session is recorded. Okay. Business intelligence is what I'm about to do now. Okay. So if you pay attention, you see business intelligence live and direct today. Now, when you open up Power BI, the first thing you want to do is you want to direct your gaze to this button here called Get Data. Get Data. Now, your data is somewhere. For us, it is in Google Sheets. Okay, it is in Google Sheets. All right. Now, when you fill that form, okay, when you filled that form, okay, this form that I showed you, okay, when you fill this form, the responses came into Google Sheet here, which is also online. All right. Responses came into Google Sheet, which is also online. All right. Now, 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 these responses have been stored in a Google Sheet. So all you need is this link here up top. Okay, you copy this link on top here. All right, you copy this link, just click on copy. Okay, it's as simple as that. It means you have access to this Google Sheet right now. Okay, so by the time you have copied it, let's go back to Power BI. Then you click on Get Data here. Get Data. Okay, click on Get Data. Now, once you click on the icon for Get Data, you open a door in Power BI. Okay, you open a door in Power BI. Okay, and Power BI has a lot of data sources that you can connect to. A lot. In fact, you can connect to a PDF. Okay, you can connect to a PDF in as much as your data is inside that PDF. Okay, you can connect to an Excel file, you can connect to a text file. There are so many. We won't be able to exhaust that today. But what do we want to connect to? We want to connect to Google Sheets. Are we together? We want to connect to a Google Sheet. Are we together, guys? We want to connect to a Google Sheet. So what we will do here is we would come and search for Google Sheet here. We would search for Google Sheet here. So we're going to just type Google Sheet. And lo and behold, we have Google Sheet as one of the data sources that we can actually connect to. All I need to do is to click on Google Sheets here and click on Connect. I click on Connect. Okay, and then I click on Connect. Now, once I've clicked on Connect, okay, once I've clicked on Connect, Power BI is asking me, oh, what is the link to the Google Sheet? What is the link to that Google Sheet where my data source is located? Okay, what is the link? All right. Are we together, guys? So all we need to do is to paste that link in this box. Okay, one must have internet service for it to work, right? Um, for you to do this, what I'm doing, you need to be connected to the internet. Okay, all right. So please confirm if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, somebody said the network is breaking. Confirm if you can hear me loud and clear. All right, so as you're confirming, let's go on with today's session. So what I will do here is to do a control V in this box, and that pastes the link that I copied. Okay, that's that's that pastes the link for me in this box, and all I need to do is to click on OK. I click on OK. Now Power BI will start to try to connect to that Google Sheet. All right, Power BI starts to connect to the Google Sheet. Okay, so brilliant. Now, Power BI starts to connect to the Google Sheet. And what does it say here? It says you aren't signed in. So it's asking me to sign in. So all I need to do is to click on sign in. And when I click on sign in, it opens up this browser here for me. Okay, asking me to authenticate my sign in. And all I need to do is just to select my accounts. Okay, preferably the Google account you used to create the um, Google Sheet, right? So it's asking me for password. That's my password. Click on next, and I sign in. Simply you signing into your Gmail account. It's as simple as that. Okay, you signing into your Gmail account. Okay, so once you're done, okay, it's redirecting. Let's see what it says after redirecting. Let's see what it says after redirecting. Now, mind you, once you get this recording, you'll be able to recreate what we have done today. Now it's saying Power BI Desktop wants to access your Google account. Do you trust Power BI? Oh, yes, I do. Okay, and I click on continue. And once I click on continue, it's going to tell me I am free to go back to Power BI and continue. It says sign in complete. You can return to the application. Feel free to close this browser. All right, so I can close this browser. And when I come back here, it says you are currently signed in. And then I proceed to click on connect. All right. Now, when I click on connect, Power BI now accesses the content of the Google Sheet. Okay, Power BI accesses the content of the Google Sheet. Are we following? I hope you are following. It's important that you know the steps. I'm not saying memorize the step. You don't need to memorize the step. The session is recorded. But I need to know that you understand step by step what I am doing. Okay, because it is very important. There's something valuable you'll be learning. Now, so what we've done, okay, is to connect to the Google Sheet, and the Google Sheet is saying that there are form responses. Okay, all I need to do is to click on this box, and once I click on this box, it will then show me a preview of the responses. So guys, I want you to look at the preview on my right hand side here. Does it look familiar? Does it look familiar? Does it look familiar? Does it look familiar? Yes, it looks familiar. These were the questions you answered moments ago. These were your responses. Okay, if you look at this, this is 29th of January 2025, 8:19. That was when the very first person filled the form. Okay, so what we have done so far in Power BI language is what we call extraction. Extraction. Okay, we have extracted the data. So the next thing we need to do is to transform. Now, transformation is like taking your raw ingredients to the kitchen to cook. When you go to do your grocery, okay, do you take the raw do you take the raw ingredients directly to the dining table? Anybody? Does anybody do that? Of course, if it's not snacky, but okay, I'm talking about raw ingredients. Do you take it directly from the grocery store to the dining table? Yes or no? Do you do that? I don't think there's anybody that does that. Okay, exactly. It has to pass through. It has to pass through cooking, right? It has to go through the kitchen. Am I correct? I'm not a good cook, oh, okay? I don't cook very well, but at least I know that those delicious meals passed through the kitchen. I know that one very well. Okay? So let me know if you agree with me that those delicious meals that you eat, they have to pass through the kitchen, right? So it is the same for Power BI. You don't just bring in data and then you start to, create a report. You have to pass through transformation. Okay. Transformation is like going to the kitchen. So let's go to the kitchen of Power BI. So from here, you can see I have three buttons: load, transform, and cancel. So from what I have said so far, which of these three should I click on? Should I click on load? Should I click on transform? Should I click on cancel? Which of these three? From what I've said so far, that if you want to make a delicious meal, it has to pass through the kitchen. All right. So based on what I have said so far, all right, what do we click on? You guys are absolutely fantastic. Clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. Okay, transform. So the data has to go through transformation. You guys are brilliant. So it means you are following me. So we'll click on transform data. So you can see how intuitive it is. You just need to understand the whole procedure. Okay, so when we click on transform data, it takes us to the kitchen of Power BI. I call it the kitchen of Power BI. Okay, and it's called Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor. You can see it on top here. Now, Power Query Editor allows us to, do some adjustments to our data. Now, guys, if you look at my screen, you'd notice that the column headers are saying column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and so on and so forth. Okay, but what we actually want is that you see this first row in the data that says timestamp, which drink do you prefer, single choice question, how often do you consume your preferred drink, all of those are supposed to be the headers. Okay, so instead of column 1, I should have timestamp. Instead of column 2, I should have which drink do you prefer. Instead of column 3, I should have how often do you consume your preferred drink, and so on and so forth. Now we need to transform. So to fix that, very simple. All I need to do is to click on this icon on the top left of the table. Okay, and then I select use first row as headers. Use first row as headers. Use first row as headers. So I click on use first row as headers, and then abracadabra, timestamp, which drink do you prefer, and so on and so forth. Fixed. How brilliant is that? How brilliant is that? It is all fixed now. Can we see that? So this is one, okay, of the possible transformation that you may need to do, okay, before you start to crunch and analyze your data. All right. So, and if you look very closely, Power BI is intelligent enough to detect the type of data that you have in that column. Okay, you can see I have timestamp. It shows me a date, a calendar and time icon, and you can see that's the kind of data I have here. I have a date and time. Okay, so that's date time. You can see here I have ABC. I have ABC here, which means I have text under this column. I also have ABC here, okay, meaning I have text under this column, and so on and so forth. So you can see all of that. Okay, so ABC, ABC, and so on and so forth. So all I need to do now is to go to the next step, which is load. So we can start to, we've finished cooking, so we can start to serve the meal. So let's go and serve the meal. How do we do that? Very simple. I'll click on this icon that says close and apply. Close and apply on the top left corner here. Okay, if you can see where my mouse is, that is close and apply. So I'll click on the icon and I'll sit back, allow Power BI to do its thing. And what it's going to do, I want you to keep an eye on the right hand side. Okay, this data pane here, keep an eye on it. Okay, so you notice that the data is loading. Okay, the data is loading, the form responses are loading into the dining area where we do the serving. Okay, it's loading into the dining area where we are going to be doing our serving. All right, so let's give it a while. Okay, so it's going to load the responses. Okay, it's going to load the responses, and then we can start to, do some form of analysis. Okay, nothing too technical. We'll look for how many people responded, and all of that. So okay, so you can see 40 rows loaded. Okay, so it detected that there were 40 rows in that data, which conforms to what we saw initially. All right, are we together? I hope we're following still. Right, fantastic. So Power BI is working on it. Power BI is working on it. Brilliant. Now, if you look at the right-hand side, I now have form responses. Okay, I have form responses. And if I can expand it by clicking on this little arrow here, and you can see all of those questions that you answered. Okay, how often do you drink? Your preferred drink, in your opinion, which brand has the best advertisement and all of that. All right. But the first thing I want to do is let us know how many people even answered the survey. All right. How many of you have gone to watch a match live in a stadium before? You've gone to watch a match in a stadium or maybe a sporting event, and then you held up this card, okay, and you wrote something like, I love you, Messi. Okay, maybe you went to Camp Nou to watch or you've seen people like that. You see when people watch, if you watch it on TV, you see people in the in the in the stadium, okay, they hold placards and they write boldly what they want to communicate on it. Okay, or when people are protesting, if you've seen people protesting, I think that one is more relatable. Okay, if you see people protesting, they'll carry a placard and then they'll write what? Say no to, or justice for. I'm not gonna say anything, so you will not come for me. All right. So, but do you understand what I mean? You see people hold placards when they want to show exactly what they are communicating. All right. Now, we would use that type of placard to communicate how many people actually filled this form. And that placard is right here in Power BI. It's called card. It's called a card visual. Okay, it's called a card visual. If you look right here, this is the card visual. Okay, I'll click on the card visual and it will appear in here. All right, it's going to appear in here. This is the card visual. Okay, but there is nothing in the card visual right now. Nothing is in the card visual. Okay, so what I want to do is I would come to the data pane here. Okay, and I want to count how many times the form was filled. And if I can count that, it's going to also give me how many people filled the form. Okay, because everybody filled once. All right. So I'll go ahead and click on timestamp. Okay, on the box for timestamp, I'll select the box for timestamp. Okay, and when I select that, you would notice that timestamp came into the small multiple box. Let me do that again so that you see it. Okay, let me do that again so that I see it. When I click the box for timestamp, it automatically came into the small multiple box. Okay, but I actually want it in here so that I can count. You can see how it is showing here. 2K. What does 2K mean? Makes no sense, right? So I want to drag it from here and drop it in the data box. So the moment I drop it in the data box, You can see what did it turn to? It turned into earliest timestamp. So it means that what is currently showing in this um, card is the earliest timestamp. That's the time of the first person to fill the form to showing the information for that person, which is 8:19, okay, 25 seconds PM. Okay, but this is not what we want. We want to see the number of people that fill the form. Very simple. All I need to do is to come to this place where I have the earliest timestamp, click on the drop down arrow, and select count and select count. Now, the moment I select count, it then shows me the count of the timestamp. And now I have 40 without doing any rigorous calculation. I have my 40. Are we together? Okay, so 40 people filled the form. Okay, 40 people filled the form. All right, 40 people filled the form. Are we following, guys? Okay, are we following? So in the next 5 minutes, we'll be done with this particular report. All right. So now, the next thing I want to do very quickly is I want to know what's the most preferred drink. What's your preferred drink? Okay. So, and this is it. Which drink do you prefer? Which drink do you prefer? And to do that, I would use a column chart. Okay, I'll use a column chart. Okay, let me put it right here. Right, I'll use a column chart to show which drink do people on this call prefer. Is it Pepsi or Coca-Cola? Which one comes up the most? So what I'll do is you can see that for this column chart, okay, I have the x-axis and then the y-axis. All I need to do is very simple. I can drag. This is which drink do you prefer? All I need to do is to put my mouse on which drink do you prefer. Okay, drag it to the x-axis, drag it and drop it in the x-axis. Okay, and still drag that same which drink again from the data here, drag it again and drop it in the y-axis as well. And what will happen is that you then see Coca-Cola, okay, and Pepsi side by side and showing in a pictorial form which of them is the most popular. So from what you can see now, do people prefer Coca-Cola more or Pepsi? I'm asking you from what you can see on my screen, which drink do people prefer more, Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Coca-Cola. So the Coca-Cola people won. Okay, Coca-Cola has won. All right, Coca-Cola has won. Okay, Coca-Cola has won. All right, so brilliant. Coca-Cola has won. Okay, so we can do a lot of editing on this particular on this particular chart. Okay, but editing usually takes time. Okay, so I would quickly do that. Okay, I'll quickly do that for you so that you have an experience with it. Okay, and there are so many other charts you can create. We can go on to create other charts, like in your opinion, which brand has a better advertisement? Okay, which brand has a better advertisement? All right, you can also create a chart like this to see which one won. Is it Coca-Cola or Pepsi? For example, I can create another clustered column chart. Okay, I can just create another clustered column chart right here beside it. Okay, again, select in your opinion which one has the best advertisement, put it in x-axis, drag it again in the y-axis, just the way we did it before. Okay, and you can see most people said Coca-Cola has the best advertisement, followed by both are equally good. Okay, and then others chose Pepsi alone. Okay, so you now start to see that people on this call are tilted towards Coca-Cola the most. Okay, so it means that my customers prefer Coca-Cola more. So if I am selling Coca-Cola and Pepsi, I want to have Coca-Cola more in my store compared to Pepsi. Isn't that logical? Isn't it logical? Okay, I want people to see more Coca-Cola adverts than Pepsi when I'm running my adverts. Okay, so these are ways that you can, boost your own business as well. When you are if you want to use this for your business, okay, you can do this as well. All right, so let's quickly format this chart. Okay, so I'm just gonna when you click on this chart, you can click on format. This is the format button here, general title. I'm just gonna do a quick one. I can type what I want in the title. Okay, Pepsi versus, okay, Coca. Pepsi versus Coke. Let me just type Pepsi versus Coke. That's easy. And you can see Pepsi versus Coke. Coca-Cola wins right here. For here, I can say, so when I click on this chart, I can just go on to edit. Okay. I can say best adverts. Okay. Best advert for the second one. All right, best advert. And I have that here. And I can also come back here. Okay, click on the visual, click on visual. For x-axis, I click on x-axis and I see title under x-axis. I can turn it off so that the under here, it is clean. Okay, this is clean. The x-axis is clean. Okay, I can also increase the font size of the x-axis. Okay, you can see I can also increase the font size so that we can see Coca-Cola and Pepsi boldly. All right. Um, the attendance form is in the charts. Okay, for your information, the attendance form is in the chat. Enquiries, Nebiant, one of my team members, would post or has already posted the attendance form link in the chat. So please, enquiries, paste it again so that people can see it right now. Okay, so fill out the attendance form so that you can get my slide and also get access to the recording of this session in your mailbox. All right. Um, do that so that you don't miss out. Okay, so this is me just formatting. All right, so I would also take out this y-axis title. So I'll collapse the x-axis, open up y-axis here, and go to title and turn it off. Okay, I'll do the same for this, turn it off. Okay, I also need to turn off the title for the y-axis. So for the x-axis rather here. So and I can also increase the size. Okay, increase the size, and you can see Coca-Cola, both are equally good, and then Pepsi. So we could do more analysis, guys. We can do more analysis on this, create more charts, many more charts. Okay, but because of our time, okay, I want us to limit it to what we have today. Okay, so that I don't keep you for 3 hours. Okay, typically we do this within 3 hours in one of our classes, and I'll show you what the class looks like before we drop off today's session. Okay, but I don't want to keep you that long. All right. So, but with these two charts that we can see, can we clearly present to anybody around the world, okay, based on the people we have today, that look, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, which one is the winner? All right, you can see. And if you look very closely on the x-axis, you can see 25 people. 25 people chose Coca-Cola and 15 people chose Pepsi. Can we see that? Let me make it bold so that you can see it. Can we see that? 25 people, okay, chose Coca-Cola. Okay, let me make this one bold also so that you see the number exactly. So you can see 25 people chose Coca-Cola, while 15 people chose Pepsi. Okay, so let's quickly, I know you're filling the attendance form right now. All right, you're filling the attendance form right now. But you know that form that I shared with you, the Coca-Cola versus Pepsi form. Do we still have it? The Coca-Cola versus Pepsi form, this one. Okay, the Coca-Cola versus Pepsi form. Okay, I'm going to start accepting responses again. Okay, I'll start accepting responses again. So the let me share the link to the form again. So this is what I want you to do. You fill the Coca-Cola versus Pepsi form, okay, and let's see what happens to our reports. So since new people are filling, do we need to create the form, I mean the report from scratch again? No, we don't. All right. So I've pasted it, the link under my name. Click on that. Okay, the link under my name. So fill that form. Okay, fill it again. Okay, and let's see what happens. Okay, let's show what happens. All right, fill the form again, fill the form again. So we see what happens. Okay, so as you're filling the form, you see the responses start to grow. Okay, you can see 41 responses. And even the form is giving us a quick insight on who is winning, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. So 42 responses. So you can see how it is updating here. It is updating 43 responses now. So as you are filling it, it is updating and you can view it in the Google Sheet, okay, which forms the data source of where we are storing our data. So how many people have filled now? 44. 44 people have filled, 45 have now filled. You know, as you guys are filling, it keeps on growing. Okay, 47 now. So once we are at 60, I would shut it down. Okay, so that we can go and refresh the form that I mean, the reports that we created in Power BI, and you see for yourself how this thing works. So this means that you can create this kind of reports for your business in January, and all you need to do is to use that same report till December. You don't need to create it again ever. With the click of a button, you get the most updated data. All right, with the click of a button, you get the most updated data. So once this is okay, we're at 51. Can we get it up to 60 very quickly? Let's fill it. Let's get it up to 60 very quickly so that I shut it down. Or let's say 55, okay, because of time. Okay, let's say 55. Once we're at 55, I'm gonna shut it down so that we can go on to Power BI and do our last update. And you see for yourself what happens to the count, how many people choose Pepsi, how many people choose Coca-Cola. Let's see if Pepsi can actually catch up with Coca-Cola this time around. We're at 54. I need one more person to respond, and then we're okay. So now I have 55 responses. I have 55 or 56 now. Okay, so we have one more extra. Okay, thank you, that person. Oh, 57. Look at me. All right. So let me stop. Oh, 58. 58 now. People are still filling the form. Okay, that's good. So let's go back to stop the responses. Okay, accepting responses, I'm going to turn it off and save. Okay, so now we have 58 responses. You won't be able to fill the Coca-Cola versus Pepsi form anymore. So coming back to Power BI, all I need to do is to click on this refresh button. Are we together? If you look at where my mouse is, you see refresh. Okay, so each time you want to get the most recent, the updated version of the data, all you need to do is to come here, click on refresh, and sit back. So instead of creating the chart from scratch again, you just come here, click on refresh, and everything loads. And guess what? Guess what? You would now have the most recent. You can now see the count of timestamp, which is the number of people who responded, is now 58. Okay, and guess what? Pepsi was not able to catch up with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola grew to 35. Pepsi grew to about 23. Okay, and you can see that some people chose neither. Okay, that neither of them have a better, okay, this is one person. One person chose neither. If you are that person on this call, you know yourself. So this is you here. Okay. So clap for me, guys. Clap for me. Clap for me. Okay, Susan, was it you? You are laughing. Was it you that chose neither? Was that you that chose neither? Okay, brilliant. All right. So this is how you typically do. Okay, Susan says I think so. All right. So this is how you work as a data analyst. Now we can make this a whole lot better. Okay, but we have a time constraint and I want to keep to that time. All right. So within the next 30 minutes, we will discuss how you should become a data analyst. Who is a data analyst? What's the job of a data analyst to even start with? All right. So again, like I said, how do you create your form? How do you create your Google form? How do you extract it to Sheets? How do you connect Power BI? Everything is here. Okay. All you need to do is to fill out the attendance form, and you would get access to that anytime within the week. All right. So moving ahead, why should you even? So the very first question is why? What's the point? Okay. Why is data analytics the best choice for you in 2025? Very easy. It's easy to learn regardless of your background, you can become a data analyst, just like myself. Okay. And I've helped so many people from different walks of life to become an actual data analyst. Okay. People I've helped stay at home moms. These are people who did not even have some did not even have a degree. Okay, and they are working currently as a data analyst. Okay, I've helped people who are, you know, currently working a job, but they want to start working at home remotely. You don't want to go to work, you don't want to deal with typical Lagos traffic. For those of you in Lagos, you are not new to what I'm talking about. And I am very thankful that since COVID in 2020, I've been working remotely. Okay, and I'll tell you for a fact, it's been the best thing that ever happened to me. So it's easy to learn. And guess what? It's also easy to transition, meaning that regardless of your regardless of where you're coming from, okay, there are opportunities every day. Okay, if we stay long in this session, I will be showing you some of these opportunities. If you go on LinkedIn on a daily basis, there are tons and tons of opportunities being posted every day. And for that reason, it makes it super easy. It makes it super easy to become a data analyst because you just keep applying. And in fact, just by positioning yourself on LinkedIn alone can get you a job and you don't need to apply. We have participants who pass through our program and have gotten jobs they did not even apply to, simply because they put themselves out there and they showed their skills with a specific strategy that we gave to them. They've been able to transition. And guess what? Who does not like? If you don't like money, say if you don't like money, okay, you should not even do this session to start with. Okay, so if you are here, I want to assume you like money. Being a data analyst comes with fantastic salary projections. Fantastic is how I can describe it. Okay, and I love to share this story of myself. There was a time I interviewed for a data analyst role with a bunch of Indians, and heading into that session, okay, I had in mind to ask for $20 per hour. Okay, our our finance guys in the house, can you quickly do the conversion into monthly salaries in naira? $20 per hour. If you work 8 hours, sorry, if you work let's say 40 hours a week, okay, how much would that be in a month? All right, in naira. So do that, do the mathematics very quickly. $20 per hour. Okay, do it. Who is helping us? Who is helping us? Very quickly. If you receive $20 per hour, you work 8 hours per week. Okay, that's 40 hours per, sorry, 40 hours per week rather. That's 8 hours every day, 40 hours per week. How much are you earning in naira on a monthly basis? Okay, about 1.3 m per week. Okay, so let's multiply that by 4. That's around roughly 5 m. All right, let's say 5 m, something somewhere above 5 million on a monthly basis. All right, that was what I had in mind to go into that session to ask. Okay, so at the end of the interview, they didn't ask me what my salary projections were. Okay, so what I did what they actually asked was, do I have any questions for them? And the first thing I asked was, oh, what's the budget for the role? And guess what? Beyond my expectation, they were proposing $40 per hour. $40 per hour. I was to work about 35 to 40 hours per week. Straight up 2x my expectation. So that's a glimpse of the kind of salaries you earn as a data analyst working remotely. Okay, working remotely from your home. All right, and these are opportunities you're open to. All right, so how do you become a data analyst? That's the next thing. How do you become a data analyst? Now, to become a data analyst, there are some tools that you need to know. So I've kept these ones in the slide. I won't be overflogging this, the World Economic Forum and all of that, future of jobs reports. If you want to get into tech, you're on this call, you want to get into tech, and you are looking at other career paths aside data analytics, data science, or business analysis, you are on a long thing. Okay. For 2025, you want to direct your focus to data analytics. And guess what? By middle of the year, there will be so much openings to become a data analyst. All right. Recruiters will start looking for data analysts, in a massive count. So now is the best time to get into data analytics. Okay. Now, what's the job of a data analyst, if you may ask? To get it well, okay, there are four types of analytics. There are four types of analytics, and the ones that concern the data analyst are the first two: descriptive and diagnostic analytics. That is the job of the data analyst. So descriptive analytics, let me grab my pen very quick. Descriptive analytics is simply telling story, okay, telling a story, okay, storytelling. Don't mind my handwriting. Okay, it's better than this in real life. All right, storytelling. Okay, that's what descriptive analytics simply means. It's as if you're telling the organization, oh, after I've looked at the data, okay, 58 people fill the form, okay, 35 people prefer Pepsi, while 23 people prefer, no, sorry, 35 people prefer Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, I nearly gave your glory to the Pepsi guys. Okay, so 35 people prefer Coca-Cola, while 23 people prefer Pepsi. Okay, and when you look at, um, what kind of adverts people appreciate more, they also prefer Coca-Cola adverts. All right. So that is storytelling. Based on what you've seen in the data, you describe. That's descriptive analytics. That's what we did today. So diagnostic analytics is when you now take it a step further to look for why do people like Coca-Cola. Okay. Why do people like Coca-Cola? So that can involve you asking further questions or you looking at some other aspects of the data that we can use to explain why people actually like Coca-Cola. Okay, that's diagnostic analytics. And you see those two things, okay, the storytelling and the why. Okay, that is the job of the data analyst. Nothing concerns the data analyst with predictive or prescriptive analytics. Nothing. Okay, you have nothing to do with that. Okay, okay, and for that reason, okay, if you want to become a data analyst, you need to be familiar with some of these. Um, you need to be familiar with some of these tools. I beg your pardon. You need to be familiar with some of these tools, okay? Microsoft Excel, okay? Not some of these tools, all of these tools. Microsoft Excel, fundamental. You can't call yourself a data analyst without knowing Excel, okay? And then Power BI, we use Power BI together today, and that's a glimpse of what Power BI can do. We also have two other tools that looks like Power BI, okay? Tableau and Looker Studio. This is Tableau, okay? And this is Tableau, okay? Okay, and then this is Looker Studio. All right, this is Looker Studio, and you see these two tools. Okay, they function the way Power BI function. Okay, but we have included them in your curriculum here at Netherlands Analytics because Recruiters are attracted to talent that have a variety of tools, a variety of skills. Okay, they will naturally be tilted to your CV and your LinkedIn profile more than other people. Okay, so having these three puts you at a pedestal that projects you as a top talent to potential recruiters. Okay, so that's the reason why we've included these three. Okay, so you have a touch of variety, and then you have SQL. SQL allows you to extract data from data sources. So when you work in a structured organization, you would likely need SQL to function. Okay, so we've included SQL and also ChatGPT. We are in the era of AI. Okay, we are in the era of AI. AI is moving fast. If you are up to date, you would have heard of DeepSeek. Okay, if you don't know what DeepSeek is, it's a challenger to ChatGPT. But most of you would have heard ChatGPT. If you know ChatGPT, type yes in the chat. Okay, so we've included it in the curriculum so that you see exactly how you use ChatGPT as a data analyst. How do you make use of ChatGPT to do something? Yes, DeepSeek. Yes, DeepSeek. If it was released this month. Okay, it was released this month by a Chinese company. You can read up that. You can read that up on the internet. All right. So we don't want to go into that today. All right, but we've included Chat GPT, okay, in your curriculum so that you can start to get conversant with AI. AI is the next big thing. Okay. So and your classes are Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays, you have someone in class just as we are today, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You have an instructor to lead you to work on real world projects. Okay. And on Sundays, it will be a self-paced class where you would get a bite-sized set of videos that prepare you ahead of the next class on Saturday. So your live classes happen on Saturday, online, on Google Meet like this. And then on Sundays, you have a self-paced class. So you dictate when you want to watch this. You can even spread it across the week, but you complete it before the next class so that when you come into the next class, you are well informed and you can participate adequately. All right, you can participate adequately. You then work on projects like this that you showcase to the outside world, and you can only get this from a premium tech training program like Nebiat Analytics. And once you've created and worked on some of these projects, you put it in a portfolio. Okay, now how do you create a portfolio? Nebiat Analytics will show you how to do that. These are some of our many students. Okay, some of their portfolios. I've included them in the slide. All you need to do is to click on it. For example, I could click on, who should I click on? Let's click on Lebura Lawali's portfolio. So when you click on the link, it takes you to Lebura Lawali's portfolio. Okay, this is somebody who has no prior knowledge before joining our program. She joined our program and she created this beautiful portfolio that shows her project. How beautiful is this? Okay, you would also create something like this, show it to recruiters, post it online, and this is how you get yourself those juicy data analytics offers. I would love to show you each and every one of them, but I would implore you to fill the attendance form so you get this and you can, peruse and see for yourself what they have. Now, we offer more than just teaching you a bunch of skills. We are positioned as a premium tech training brand to help you get into that tech space. Because of that, we understand that learning those skills alone, knowing Power BI like a guru, does not get you the job. If that's the only thing you know how to use Power BI, you know how to use Excel and all of those other tools very well. That is not enough to get a job. You need what we call our Nebiant extra layer employability support system. Okay, and what does this mean? Now, we help you with mentorship, okay, weekly guidance and mentorship sessions where we tell you the naked truth about how you can seek these jobs and how you should stay motivated in the tech ecosystem to get yourself results. Would help you assess your CV, the CV structured in a way that meets the standard in the tech space. Okay. And then LinkedIn. I've been shouting LinkedIn since morning. All right. How do you leverage your LinkedIn account to ensure that you get results? Upwork profile. Okay, we'll create an Upwork profile for you as well, show you how to create one. Um, so that you can look for remote jobs on this platform, one of the easiest platforms to get remote jobs. I got my first remote job on Upwork, okay, and so many other people as well. Interview preparation. Now, one fantastic thing about interview preparation is that you will get you will get yourself you get yourself to apply to jobs. You get called for interview. We will prepare you for that interview every single time you have an interview. Okay. You also have technical support sessions. This happens every Tuesdays, okay, when you're on the program, and it is designed to help you clear any backlogs or any roadblock you have ahead of your next class, so that you don't carry over backlogs to your next class. Okay, you do not carry over backlogs to your next class. So these are things that we missed out on that made it difficult for us to, get remote jobs in the very first place. All right, but we've made it accessible to you via Navient Analytics so that things that took us 1 year to achieve, to get into tech, okay, will take you something less than 3 months to achieve. And guess what? You have a lifetime access to all your training materials, your classes are recorded. You have a lifetime access to this. And you also have a lifetime access to interview preparation because you become part of the Navient community. Okay, you become part of the Navient Analytics community. And as a part of the Navient Analytics community, even if your program has ended, okay, and you have an interview coming up, all you need to do is to reach out to us and you can still get prepared for an interview at no extra cost. No other training brand would give you this. All right. So moving ahead, okay. You also get a 1 month internship opportunity with us at the end of your program. You work on real data, okay? And you present to real professionals and you get real feedback, okay? And then you also have the opportunity to benefit from our reference and recommendation letter, okay? Our reference letter has helped our participants secure offers, um, so much. Okay. And it's not just all talk. We have there is this saying, show your workings. Okay. Show your workings. So after all this fantastic stuff we talked about today, I have a couple of participants that I want to show you who have passed through this training program and have gotten jobs. Okay. First, Lebura Lawale. This was the first dashboard she created in one of our Excel classes. She posted it on LinkedIn. If you look at the screenshots, this is LinkedIn. She posted this on LinkedIn, and a recruiter reached out to her via DM to work on a job. And that was how she broke into tech. Simple. And this was 3 weeks into her program. 3 weeks. Okay, because the first thing you learn is Excel for the first 3 weeks. On the third week, they created this in class. She posted it under the guidance of her instructor, following the instruction to post. She posted it and she got herself her very first tech job. So she was doing that job while she was still learning the other tools with us at Navient Analytics. How cool is that? This could be you. Okay, in a couple of months, this could be you. Okay, Udwak Basi, fantastic story. Okay, Udwak Basi joined our program and she went on to, get herself an offer at Sparkle. Okay, it didn't stop there. When she got this offer at Sparkle, she used to work with UBA. All right, so UBA heard of it and increased her salary, promoted her. Okay, and then she was torn between the two. Should I go for Sparkle? Should I remain at UBA? And one of our advisors told her that you are not getting valued at UBA. Okay, they heard of your potential move to Sparkle, and that was what prompted them to promote you. So when next would you get the promotion at UBA? But at Sparkle, okay, you can easily show your worth. Okay, being a tech professional, okay, you can show your worth very easily, and you can grow very, very fast. And then she went for Sparkle. Okay, she went for Sparkle Nigeria, and the rest is his history. Okay, the good thing about Udwak is that she actually, when she was registering for this program, she spoke with one of my team members, and she went on to borrow money from her mom to register for the program. She paid it off. She earns 2x her previous salary, and she's doing fantastically well right now. Okay, so and I have put the video here for you to watch. Okay, I could show you the video now. If you joined earlier in today's session, okay, if you joined earlier today, you would have heard both of them speaking. Okay, but just to quickly show you, all right, to quickly show you, okay, I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen so that you can see. So that you can see, you can hear from them. Okay. So let me know once you can see my screen. I stopped sharing so that I can share the testimonial video. Okay. Stop sharing so that I can share the testimonial video. So let me know if you can see my screen. So can we see my screen, guys? Can we see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know. Okay, brilliant. All right. So I'm going to start playing it. I'll start playing. Okay. So once I start playing, if you can hear what they are saying, type yes. Once I start playing the video and you can hear clearly what is being said, just type clear or yes in the chat. So I'm going to start playing now.
Can you please give a round of applause to our amazing Lebura Olawale? She did the job. It is one thing for you to apply for a program. It's another thing for you to hear what and do what they say you should do. She literally implemented every single thing that she was told here, and it granted her that job offer. So, Lebura, the conversation is yours today. How has it been for you here at Nibians Analytics?
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure and an honor to be here to share my own journey. For me, it's been amazing. It's been incredible. Surprisingly, today, someone even sent me a chat. They had actually done their own course with another organization, and they were reaching out to me to say, oh, they think they want to sign up with Nabians. And I'm like, oh, I thought you have done with XYZ. And the person made a statement. He said, I have seen your work and it's so different. And it tells me that these people have something they're giving out. And that's the unique thing. And first, I want to appreciate Mr. Ayobami. He always tells us that he has the OCD, but it's been amazing because he would make you pay attention to every single details. That's the great thing about him, and that's one thing I think has been amazing for me working with Nabians. The fact that you can reach out to them when you need help and they're willing to respond. The fact that when you're stuck, sometimes I send Mr. Ayobami, I'll send them messages like 12 midnights, I'll drop messages when I'm trying to do something and they'll get back. They put you through. The hand holding is amazing. For example, personally, I joined the program when the program had started. I didn't start the program with them from the beginning because I didn't know. I was just having a conversation with a friend and I said, oh, I want to do this. And she said, oh, there's this company, but they've started. And I was like, I can catch up. And she said, oh, let me speak and see if they can sign you up. So I actually came in. The program had gone like a week or two before I joined, but the hand holding was amazing. Recently, I had to share my portfolio with someone, and the person was like, is this really your portfolio? Like, how many months did you say you've been on this program? Now, going back to how I was able to get an offer, it still comes back to the fact that you're made to pay attention to details. I remember doing that dashboard, and when I was done, I sent it to Mr. Ayo. He still told me, we still need to put one or two things through. This still needs to align. And I was just telling myself, what is wrong with Mr. Ayo? Please leave me alone. It's my first time. Do you want to kill me? And he kept saying, no, Mrs. Ola, we need to make this professional. This is good, but you can still align it like this. You can still do this, so that's making sure that what you're doing is perfect. And by the time I put it out there, people didn't even believe it was my first dashboard I was putting out there. And then someone reached out to me and said, oh, they had a job they were supposed to do somewhere, and they wanted me to work with them on that job and do the data analysis part of it. For me, it was super because I didn't see that coming. And that was how, like I said, I paid money, but even before I finished the course, I got my money back because I got paid for that job. So I kind of got my money back. So for me, that was amazing. I like the fact that we have the, outside of our regular class, we still have the sections that are like the technical sessions. So yes, you've been taught, you have an opportunity of like 3 days to work, and then you're coming back for the technical sections with all your questions. And you have all your questions you're asking, and you're getting all the guidance you have. I also love the fact that they have the mentorship section. So they're not just, now the beauty of it all is, in fact, the last time we had a conversation as a team, someone was sharing something which is very true. What you learn here, for example, I'm an educator. I've been an educator for 17 years. I'm just coming into this tech. I mean, I started in August and I've gone far. Even what I have learned, I am still transferring it into every other sector of my life, because what they bring forward to you is beyond the data analysis or data science. It's way beyond that. For example, I mean, I've had a LinkedIn profile. I have never understood the value of optimizing your LinkedIn. And that's something I got from here. Even ChatGPT, I have been using ChatGPT for a long time, but being with them, I have learned how to use it better, and I'm making a lot, because now there are some things that people ask me to do. They don't know that the whole concept and everything, I'm getting it from there. So it's not just about the course. One, the hand holding is amazing. It's next to no. I've done data analysis. It's not my first time trying out data analysis. I've done it like 2-3 times, different places, but it never worked. But this, within 1 month, I've been wowed. Currently, in fact, I've just throughout today and I've been busy because someone reached out to me from Canada and they sent me a project to do, which I have been working on. So it's been a whole lot. It's been amazing. It's been, it's interesting. For me, it's interesting for me to see how far I have grown. It's sometimes it's shocking for me, because one of the things it's also done for me, it's made me very critical. So even in my own, I have a private business I run. So even in my business, I'm beginning to think. I'm thinking critical. I'm looking at different aspects of my business. I'm analyzing my business, and I'm thinking, how do I grow my business? What do I need to improve? So I am more analytical. I'm now realistically looking at my business, looking at how I change things, looking at how I improve. And like I said, Nebiant has been amazing. They've been so amazing. I mean, for every one of us that have been on this team, it's been super amazing for us. We've all been so amazing. They even throw lots of opportunities to you. I mean, opportunities for jobs and everything. It's great. It's awesome. And I don't regret it. I do not. I don't regret any single kobo I have spent. I have gotten more value than I even bargained for my money. So thank you.
I love the part where she said, the money I paid for the course, I have gotten it back. Literally, your return on investment has been doubled. And that's
Yes.
pretty interesting. I want to.
Hello, guys. I hope you can hear me back. I would have loved for you. I would have loved for us to listen to the other person, right? Give me a second to share my screen. Okay, so allow me to share my screen. Okay, so I can tell you how you can become the next Deborah. We have a class starting not January anymore. January is gone. Okay, 2025 that started like yesterday. January is gone already. Okay, so this is not the time for you to sleep on it. January is gone. February is going to go very fast, and that is we are in March. Before you know it, March is gone. First quarter gone. What you want to do is to get yourself into this very class on the 1st of February 2025. How many of you want to know how to get yourself into a class for 1st of February 2025? All right, fantastic, fantastic. Now, for you to get access to the classes, the training, the lifetime access, all the mentorship, all of those juicy stuff that you've heard people talk about up until now. Okay, the program, the program costs 350,000 naira. Okay, whether you want to choose data analytics, data science, or business analysis. But for those of you on the call right now, only those, listen, only those that are on the call right now, I'll personally give you a discount. And instead of paying 350,000 naira, you get to pay 270,000 naira. That's a whooping massive discount. All right. And that's not all. Okay. As if that is not enough. Okay. This discount, that is the 270,000 naira, you can pay in 3 installments. 3 installments. And I'll tell you how it works. Okay. I'll tell you how the installment works. Okay. Now, this installment that I'm going to be explaining, I want us to listen very carefully. The installment I'm going to be explaining is for those of us who want to start the program by who want to start the program on the 1st of February, okay, on the 1st of February or on the 1st of March, okay. Now you can pay in 3 installments, okay. Now what you need to do is for the first installment right here, look at here, for the first installment, it is 70,000 naira. That secures your discount. Okay, so the moment you pay 70,000 naira, you are one of the 20 people to benefit from the discount. So the discount is not open to everybody, just the first 20 people. So right here, right now on the call, you can secure a discount with 70,000 naira to this bank account. Okay, that you can see on the bottom left of my screen. Secure a discount. Now, before the 1st of February, okay, which we are here already, that's this weekend. Classes will start this weekend. Okay, you then top up with 100,000 naira, which means for you to start the class this weekend, all you need to do is to pay 170,000 naira, and then you are in that class. You start that class. But if you want to start March 1st, okay, if you want to start the 1st of March, you can simply just secure a discount with 70,000 naira right now, and you indicate when you are enrolling that you want to start in March. It is that simple. You still get to enjoy the same discount. Okay, and then 1 month into the program, after I started the program, you then balance with the third installment of 100,000 naira. This discounted slot is open to just first 20 people to, secure the slot. So I want you to type in the chat if you have already secured your discounted slot now. Type is secured in the chat. If you have secured yours, type secured in the chat. All you need to do is to send a direct transfer to this, okay, bank account, it's Navient Analytics. And once you're done, you can either click on this link here to enroll, or simply just send me a direct WhatsApp message on this line. Okay, 0703-215-8619, Mohammed Suleiman. Send me a WhatsApp message and I'll take it up from there and show you how to enroll personally. I would be the one to personally enroll you into the class you want to join. All right. So if you've secured yours, type secured in the chat box so I know you have secured yours. Osa has secured your, okay. Osa, congratulations. You're one of the 20 persons. So that's one slot gone. Okay, that's one slot gone. All right. Grace has secured hers. That's two slots gone. I need 18 more people and we are off the call. Okay, I need 18 more people. We are off the call and then we can move to. So as you're securing your slot, if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, you can type it in the chat box. Okay, well, two slots are gone. Okay, so two slots are gone already. We have 18 slots left. Trust me, before class on Saturday, these slots are going to be off. So if you want to be part of these 20 people, don't sleep on it. This is 2025. We're entering the era of AI. We're entering the era of data. This is the best time for you to get into the space. All right, so questions. You can ask your questions while we are securing our slot. So Osa, Grace, you want to send me a direct WhatsApp message, okay, so that we can enroll you into your preferred program, okay? So beep my phone right now, Grace, Osa, so that we can um, do your enrollment if you haven't already. Okay, so let me see, do we have any questions? Omoniyi Obi Abayomi, your hand is up. Okay, James, you have also secured yours. Congratulations. Send me a WhatsApp message, okay, on this line that you can see on the screen, 0703-215-8619. That's my WhatsApp line, and I'll personally enroll you, okay? I'll personally enroll you after this session. All right, so 3 slots gone, 17 left. Abayomi, you have a question. Do you want to type it in the chat box? Type it in the chat box. I could see your hand up. Just type your question in the chat box. I'll pick it up from there and give you your answer. Okay. So I'm going to take 3 questions and then we'll shut down the session. Meanwhile, slots are going. Okay. Only 20 slots are going to be available. Okay. 3 have gone on the spot in this session, so don't sleep on it. If you know you want to work remotely, this is your best, this is the best boss you would ever see, okay, this year. All right, so don't sleep on it, get on board and let's get you started. Okay, so congratulations once again, Osa, Grace and James, on securing your discounted slot. All right. So what typically happens is that the discounts go off and people come and say, "Oh, can I still get a discount?" But sadly, they can't. Okay, they get to pay 350,000 naira to get access. And guess what? It is still worth your money. Okay, because the return on investment is way higher than what you invest to get these skills. So if you know remote job is something you want to get, you don't even need to think this through. All right, secure a slot and then send me a message. Let's get you started ASAP. Start to work remotely so that come 2030 you can safely say that I've worked remotely for the past 5 years. That's the best thing that has ever happened to me. So you can send me a WhatsApp message 0703-215-8619. Grace, James, I haven't. Okay, I think one of you have just beeped my phone. I'm not sure who that is. Let me see. I'm not sure who that is, but I just received a DM now. Okay, so okay, Abayomi, maybe that's you. I'm not sure, but that could be you. Okay, brilliant, that's you. All right, so I'll respond to you once we have closed the session. But oh, that's Kofi from Ghana. Okay. Okay, Kofi sent me a message. Abayomi also sent me a message. Brilliant. So if you want to speak to me, maybe ask some questions, you want to ask it privately, please feel free. You can send me a DM. I'll be super glad to respond to you. If you've secured your slot, send me a DM. I would enroll you ASAP. Okay, but note the discounted slots are limited. Okay, and only the first 20 people will be beneficiaries of this discount. So you want to ask questions, you want to ask fast, okay, so that you can be part of those who get um, enrolled into the program. If you want to start in March, secure the discounts now, so that when March comes, you don't have to pay 350,000 naira still. So we have that package on ground. You want to start in March, you can pay 70,000 naira, secure a discount, and then you can get started in March. You indicate in the enrollment form once you okay, share your phone number. My phone number has been shared, okay, but I'll share it again. 0703-215-8619. Okay, so send me a WhatsApp message. I'll be super glad to respond to you. It seems as if we all got today's session. Okay, so I haven't seen any questions. Well, if you have questions, feel free. You want to ask it privately, you can slide into my DM. It's opened. If I cannot respond to you tonight, definitely first thing tomorrow morning, we'll strike up a conversation. But I'll try my level best to respond to you, as many of you as will reach out to me. All right. So, guys, do not sleep on this. If you want to work remotely, this is the boss to join. Okay, you want to work as a data analyst remotely from the comfort of your home. It's possible. Okay, so this is where we will be drawing the curtain on today's session. Ensure to secure your discount. Okay, I'm not even saying ensure to enroll. I'm saying ensure to secure your discount. It is important. Okay, you would not just be saving um, about 80,000 naira, okay, you'd also get immense value for that investment that you'd forget that you even invested in yourself. Okay, so cheers, guys. This is where we'll draw the curtain. You know how to reach me if you have any questions. Till next time, this is where we'll draw the curtain. Cheers, guys, and have a fantastic night's rest.